I'm gonna have
You attain money.
So what you're telling me is get paid and have a Sigma grind set until I get my achievement.
Yes.
Simply create a website. Simply create a child, fucking maidenless hoe.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, by the way, they all hear you laughing now, so.
Good.
I'll skirmish archive. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Alright, match 1. Bardock versus Omega Shedrod, written by MM.
Oh no, why?
Bardock somehow has Ultra Instinct now. It's unexplained, he just has it.
Making you see the answer is that the person playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is just really good at playing Bardock.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. We went over match 369, didn't we? Obsidian versus Andorra? Yeah, no, I'm more confident we all. But yeah, we did go over that last time.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. So we just have 2 KWCs and 2 KWCEs to review.
But I haven't given my thoughts on 369.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll do that.
It was good. It was alright.
Oh my gosh. There you go. That's the review. That's all you need. It was good. The end.
Monster Punch Monster, very good. Good, solid 3 tongs out of 20 Titanic forces.
I don't even know how to measure that. Those units of metric don't make any sense next to each other.
Yes, that is indeed the joke.
And I love those kind of jokes.
It's like, I'll see you on Friday. Yes, that's how dates work.
I was named after my father, me who knows how time works. Yes.
God damn it!
Oh, good grief.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, how have you guys been doing?
Good.
Well, I am breathing, and I do be sitting on my bed.
I'm going to the aquarium tomorrow.
Nice.
William the Fish.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I see Will Smith there.
Keep my shark's name out your fucking mouth!
Oh, good grief.
All right, now tell me if you see the Mosasaurus.
Okay.
Man, that ought to be a pretty big aquarium that has the Mosasaurus. Oh, okay.
Damn.
It's Florida, so it'll just be a gator they've given steroids.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Chief, why did you feed it a nap?
No, that's my gator. The aquarium gator has steroids.
Okay, but who wins if they enter combat?
That depends. Which one has how much prep time do they have?
1 week. They each have a week. Oh my god.
They have a week of prep time? Okay.
That'll be play time for GBRs to win.
Yes.
If he just keeps feeding them fucking drugs, he probably will become the most dangerous animal on the planet. I got one bear.
Bear? Big blasted.
The bear that ate like a shit ton of cocaine and just
Yeah.
proceeded to go on a fucking rampage. Can we use cocaine in the KWC?
Wait, why?
Oh god, I forgot that was an actual movie. Raging Cajun Redneck Gators.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember if that's the exact title, but there is a sci-fi original movie about rednecks turning into gators because of tainted moonshine.
What?
Okay, hold on. I'm going into a deep dive now.
Yep, Alligator Alley. Also called Raging Cajun Redneck Gators.
Oh my
Tusk
god.
moonshine turns alligators into gigantic mutated monsters. Two rival swamp millions that find a way to work together to save their kin.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I hate sci-fi.
Oh no, okay, no, like the toxic moonshine gets to the gators and they turn into giants.
Oh.
No, wait, it also turns humans into them. Never mind.
Oh, even
So
better.
Oh,
Yes. It gets into the water supply and makes the gators big and dangerous, and then rednecks drink it and turn into were-gators.
I wish humanity had never discovered fire.
Well, congratulations, because you're here.
I didn't consent to being born.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. No one did.
If you want grandkids, guess best I could do is alcoholism.
We have moonshine in the KWC.
Yeah. Well, I live in the South, so sure.
Planes, I swear to God.
New York after 9/11.
Oh my gosh. Oh lordy.
King Kong, 1933.
Oh, holy. Yeah. All right. I am sorry this is taking this long because apparently I can no longer find the original base template I had for whatchamacallit.
What about the based template?
Big blasted. Yeah, no, I'm. Yeah, I only I got done with my chores like 15 minutes ago. So, or a little less than that, 25 minutes ago, whatever. So,
KaijuX, simply record your computer and then go to the matches as we talk about them.
record the computer. All right.
As in, like, screen capture, not like taking out your phone and clicking the video.
Well, it's not like. Hang on.
Maybe don't do this. You'll leak government secrets.
That'd probably be it for the best, actually.
All right, we're adding Udaku Reiwa.
Got it. You guys saw nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it will always remain that way, that you see nothing.
Should we talk about Shin Ultraman and every single kaiju in it?
I mean, I guess that's... I mean, I guess that
why
could be
not?
maybe, maybe not. I don't know, because it's like...
No, because, no, spoilers.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, the ones that aren't spoilers.
You mean
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
we can probably
movie?
talk about this too.
You mean the whole movie?
I mean, Naranga and Gabora.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, the two that aren't spoilers.
What are you talking about? Naranga was invisible. They don't know that.
Yeah, KaijuX. Our viewers might not be like us, who shotgunned Shin Ultraman spoilers into their eye sockets the moment they released.
Yeah. Even I, the usually more like reserved.
Oh, and Zarab. I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh Lord. So
Yeah, for those watching, the KWC staff, as soon as like leaks started to circulate and images started to circulate, we just blasted them all into our eyes.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge, Stark.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, we can't tell them about the Shin Ultraman Jack teaser post credits.
Yeah, no, we can't make mention of that whatsoever. All right, I'll just have to remove it in post in this live stream.
Yes.
I can't believe Ultraman dies to the Power Rangers at the last second, thus allowing Anthony to get cut.
Bacon. We're under NDA from Marvel not to tell about that.
And especially don't bring up the part where Shin Kamen Rider shows up and says, "What are we? Some kind of Shin Japan heroes?"
Oh gosh, the part. Yeah, I know. I remember that part really well, where he patched the frozen Shin Godzilla. Oh, counting
Shin
him as-
Vegeta was really weird.
Yeah, no, it's pretty weird.
I will die of laughter if Shin Kamen Rider just drives by Shin Godzilla's frozen body. Nothing is said about it.
Yeah. Well, technically.
Anthony be like,
Oh Lordy.
yeah, for those that don't know, Mechani Kong came out of nowhere and with a double barrel shotgun and shot Naranga in the fucking skull.
You can't tell them about Reiwa Mechani Kong, who is also Monsterverse Mechani Kong, revealing that the two will cross over.
Okay, Dangerville.
Is Space Godzilla confirmed for Godzilla vs. Kong 2? No.
Shin Godzilla in the Monsterverse? Shut up.
Don't the kids call that clickbaiting?
Yes.
I see.
Live slug reaction.
Yes. All right. Thankfully, I now have everything set. So, oh gosh. Yeah, no, I should always have these more ready ahead of time, but I don't, because my brain is tiny. Absolutely
Yes.
tiny. They can account for it.
You do have Stegosaurus brain.
I do?
Yes. Their brains were the size of walnuts.
I'm just now reading the comments in the live stream. Magoo was like, what did I just walk into? Nathaniel's like, my thoughts exactly when the stream started, Magoo. My thoughts exactly. And then Birdman says, is this a podcast or a chimp exhibit?
Welcome, dear viewers, to our brain rot.
This is what most of staff chat comprises of.
Yes.
And maybe the occasionally diligent conversation about the KWC.
Yes, can we talk about this one subject? Oh yes, my good soul, we can...
Snail General, who changed the title of the channel.
Oh no! Not again!
Snail sweep!
Snail General! That's amazing!
It's a snail sweep.
Yes! Oh my god.
We're talking about the hit film Morbius. Or Brian.
Oh my gosh. Oh, good grief. Alright. Now that we have everything in place. Oh, goodness me. Oh, that was freaky. Yeah, no, I think 15 minutes is plenty of time for the brain rot to commence while I was preparing stuff that I should have. Yeah. Oh well. We know you have a little tiny brain, Mr. Tiny Brain Man. Thank you, Nathaniel. But did you also know I'm secretly a snail?
Yes.
What was that? Yes!
Alright. We are adding GVR to the roster. Oh my gosh. Alright.
Live smug reaction.
Oh my gosh. It's not a secret if you tell her. Oh lord. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. Alright. So, alright. I think it's just everyone that's... I'm sure more will probably join over time. We can just loop back to them.
Yeah. We don't have a lot to talk about, so just like...
Yeah, I know. It's not gonna be too crazy, so I'm imagining this one's probably gonna be a lot more straightforward and pretty chill. So Birdman, you know, obviously, if you wish to type your thoughts or whatever, one of us can read it. Then by all means. But in the meantime, we will begin with hello everyone, and I am your host KaijuX, secretly a snail. And with me today, I have GVR, Snail Crossover, aka Birdman, and the Bacon Man, who's bacon. And today, before we properly begin to our sequence of matches, last time GVR was not here for the live stream, and we'll go over match 369 really quick to see if you have any more thoughts beyond it was good. It's just
Funny number.
Banner cool.
The oversimplification. Gosh darn.
Monsters with not many matches good.
Yes.
Yes.
Obsidious fun. Zandora fun. Need more matches, they both do. I have become Caveman Yoda.
Truly, our degeneracy will show.
Fucking dying.
But I don't have a lot to say about this match. It's fine.
Okay. Alright.
I didn't read it. I was too busy.
Rip.
It's just like it's a very simple match, but it's solid for what it does.
Oh, good grief. All right, yeah, no, just wanted to make sure that little bit of that loose end was ultimately covered before we travel away. Oh boy, this one's at least going to be hefty enough to be worthwhile, but yeah, no, we'll just kick right on over to the real start, which is I am not reading the monster list for this one. We're just going with its subtitled name, Match 370: Siege of Skull Island. Written by Vincent Roger, who we have here as Bacon, and Andrew Sudomersky, me. And the
KaijuX, I think you mean Gigan Millennium, Garoran, King Ghidorah Legendary, and Monster X versus Anguirus Showa, Daigoro Ibira Showa, Gorosaurus, Godzilla Jr., Jet Jaguar Showa, King Caesar Showa, Kong Legendary, Megalon McKinney Kong Mothra Millennium, Rodan Heisei Skullcrawler, and Titanosaurus, and Udako.
The Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Thank you, GBR, for listing out that giant roster. I would have never known.
There's like over 20 fucking monsters.
In the Wonderful Manner by Dao Zhang Hua Allah Arnagoda. Oh boy, this is I think technically me and Bacon probably go last respectively, since we can give much more detailed look into this. I mean, for the most part, I'll read the comments off the stream, but GVR, you go first, and then Birdman, then I'll read the comments, and then Bacon and I will give the history for this one. Because, oh boy!
All right. I will start with the one negative I have, which is that some of the sentences and paragraphs sort of like don't work super well. Like some of the sentences don't run together super well. Just like those could have been edited a bit better.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's the only real complaint I have, though. Otherwise, this was a great match. Loved how grand in scale it was, how it manages to juggle the many monsters it has without feeling like overwhelming or feeling like any of them get like too little screen time, except Garoran. Poor Garoran.
You can only do so much with a ball.
I should have rewritten that portion. Anyway.
But yeah, no, it's a great match. It was an excellent addition to this series that is being built up. It's a great war, great showdown between a bunch of kaiju. Always great to see a whole bunch of kaiju working together to take on a big threat. King Ghidorah, Monster X, and Gigan were all written very menacingly and intense. Most of the Guardian kaiju that deserved it got a very well written treatment that looked into their characters quite well. Banner is epic. Looks like an album cover.
Nice.
I'd listen to this album. And I look forward to seeing where this goes.
Yes.
I also enjoyed the human character stuff.
Now this was a certified epic Bacon moment.
Oh Lord! All right.
Utako getting obliterated by a Monster X's meteor is the funniest thing ever.
I have neat trivia for that.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nagoda has joined us. If you're done with your thoughts, GBR.
I am done.
Nagoda, what are your thoughts on 370?
Yep.
He's dead.
Dakota, no. Oh, you're not coming through, man. You're not coming through. So you might have to like hop off, hop back on, and then like hopefully it'll catch you, or maybe something with your microphone. I don't know.
Okay, well, you're alive.
We hear something.
Yeah, like for some reason the microphone was set to my computer screen. So I don't know how that works.
Don't ask. Yeah, I don't know. Technology, man. Am I right?
But anyways, I have not had time to read this match because this has been a busy month.
Dang.
I will say the banner was fun to work with though, like setting up everything, like tiny jet jaguars standing on a cliff watching this whole thing go down, like all the lightning from the storm. Like what else is there? Oh yeah, Mechanic Kong and Monsterverse Kong just playing like dodgeball soccer with Gororin over there while Daigoro stands off to the side, having not been chosen to pick a team.
Now I'm just remembering, whoa, Gororin be upon ye.
Maguba is asking, tell us your struggles about making such an awesome banner.
It went through like 5 or 6 revisions because like so many things were changing.
The first time it was made, it was like, okay, here's my roster. This is how it's gonna be. And then Udaku, funny story. Udaku was almost added to the roster, and then was shotgunned by Grey Shot.
Yeah, Udako would have been hanging off Geigen's tail.
Yeah, and then he got rid of Udaku because Udaku got murdered, and then we put in Daigoro.
And then I think I had to switch the Ebra to Showa Ebra at some point.
Oh,
Nagoda, did you read the match?
Did you not just hear this has been a busy month for me?
yeah, I know. Literally, Dakota just said it.
How long you write?
Wow, I spaced out hella. I looked at me.
One like 20,000 words right now, and it's still being further written.
Maybe. What about it? What about a match that's not going to be up for like a year? Yeah, that's fair. Birdman, what are your thoughts, if you have any? If you read it.
Oh yeah, here's the lovely meme in question. So
Ditto did creaky now.
whoa, Groin be upon ye, yeet. Oh my gosh.
Ditto did create Kino of this.
Yes, he did. We should use that more frequently.
Gororin should be used as a soccer ball.
One day, he shall. In the greatest battle soccer adaptation ever written.
Yeah, Birdman says I'm going to need to give it a reread in order to figure out which parts are Bacon's and which parts are KaijuX's.
Oh, yeah. I think that's still going to be at least a little evident, but, I mean, that's fine, but friggin', yeah, I mean, if that's all, okay, yeah, let me read some of the comments real quick.
Yeah, he's still typing, so he's got more to say, I assume.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to read the comments real quick before, getting back to Birdman. Maguma says, "Oh boy, I could just say it's darkly hilarious that Daigoro's big return legit had him get decapitated." Wow. I think it's more so he got punted into space as opposed to decapitated. But yeah, or something like that. GMK Goji says, "Match was great, very good action and everything. Ooga booga rip Skull Island."
Death.
Nathaniel Metzger says, "This one was a match that lives up to the shortened name. A full-blown slaughter with, everyone dying brutal and horrific deaths. I feel bad, especially with poor Daigoro's death, and I got a chuckle." I got a chuckle of Udaku's cameo. He refused to die like some lowly animal, instantly gets pancaked by Gorath. But yeah. Birdman says, "I'm going against the masses and say I was not impressed with this match." Ooh.
He's still typing.
I know he's still typing. I was just reading what I heard because I got caught up with chat. What'd you expect me to do? Wait?
Reading what you heard. First of all, sit back and listen to what you just said. I'll give a lot more things after Birdman is done.
Right.
Damn, that's crazy, but then
Oh, lordy.
Oh my.
Oh, my goodness. Dick blast.
Just too fanficky. Okay, wait.
Yeah, feel too fanficky in the worst sense. Too many monsters, things happening too fast to properly process. Plot points that have no connection to what's going on. Characters out of character. Oh, Tyler's in chat. Gray Shot's in the chat. He says, I tend to agree with Birdman. While the action was good, if not great, the meteor scene definitely being memorable. The amount of characters felt a bit like 150, where you have characters for the sake of having them, having the excess characters being necessitated to the plot. Yeah, it feels like this could have used a couple more months in the writer's room. And yeah, no, don't get me wrong, there were definitely very, very heavy revisions. Throughout
very much so.
Even so, it's like I think there are still some parts that are there are still some parts that I think do detract from the greater whole. I think there are definitely there's this very much like Batman v Superman's a lot into one spot.
I can see the complaint of like the whole like Akane, Aaron, and all that stuff. Like it has nothing to do with the main thrust of the match.
Right.
It's just there to set up the next match.
Right. Which I mean, fair enough, because those were stuff from the previous match. But it is somewhat of here's an unconnected big event going on that's not necessarily correlated to the main story. I felt like my favorite human scenes out of Bacon's front were probably the actual stuff with the Titan dudes. I think those parts were actually kind of enjoyable. I actually thought those were actually pretty good, but I felt like everything else weirdly didn't need to be there. Sure, I'm sure setting up things to come, but when compared to the story that was being set up before, I don't know, it feels just a little off. Then again, it's been a while since I've read 301 and 317, so maybe I'm missing something. But it's like there's definitely a lot that, and don't get me wrong, in terms of TBC technicality, it's all right to have, I think it's good big matches like this exist because it gives a lot more monsters that time to shine in the sun. But in terms of sort of plot structure and whatnot, it's like, ooh, this is a very tall order to ask for. I think ultimately though, Bacon definitely had there was a lot to be rewritten. And I was gonna I was just gonna be much more of a casual editor with this one, but I felt like this one could be expanded upon, or be done better significantly. So I did lend a hand in expanding on the parts, and I think you'll probably recognize more so of my parts as opposed to Bacon's, just because of much greater detail with a lot of things and so on.
You can tell who wrote King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
What?
I was able to tell generally who was writing what, just because you two have very different writing styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not to be I don't mean that in a disparaging way towards Bacon. It's just his writing is very different from KaijuX's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Bacon's writing is much more I don't want to say simplistic because that has negative connotations, but his is much more fast paced.
Right.
Just get everything out there.
Right. He has a much more faster paced style of writing, which I think, while it can be a benefit, I think in some ways
it's definitely a benefit for a match like this.
Not wrong, but I think there are benefits and detriments to certain things depending on how they're handled. You'll recognize my stuff is generally more packed with a lot of detail, and I think it's very easy to sort of see that for the most part. But at the same time, I mean, it's not that everything should be packed to the brim with a bunch of detail. Sometimes, yeah, no, being faster paced is not a bad thing. But I think like even writing,
I knew KaijuX was writing when I saw words that you can only find in a thesaurus.
True.
oh lordy,
I have simple brain. He goes, I must go to the dictionary and learn every single word.
right. I'd say if you have side plots, then the side plot needs to also have a beginning and an end. It can be unconnected, but if it's not satisfying, then it's really just a trailer. Which, don't get me wrong, if this is like tied up in later matches, then that's all right. But
MCU moment.
right, but at the same time, I think this also distracts from the match individually. Like if it's able to resolve a lot of its like. I think there's kind of a difference between like wrapping up like your main everything within the match and then leaving some open-ended elements for other points to explore. I don't know. I feel like there is a difference between like the core story is ongoing, but maybe like the side elements should be more. I don't know. Because if you wind up having too many side plots that are open-ended, that's just that much more stuff you have to go back to. And that can be really tricky if you are not careful with how you structure things. So I think that is something to at least consider. So like, yeah, obviously this is part of a series, and I think everyone here at least has a general understanding that like this is part of a bigger, greater series. That makes sense and it's understandable. But like, if you have too many threads, you might lose those threads in the process and thus resulting in kind of like an incomplete story.
Bacon, I think you should have had a character go into a pool of future sight water and then tell everyone that Thanos is coming.
I mean,
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what Aaron is for, don't you know?
Yes. He's right.
I know he's right, but shh.
Terrence Thanos.
Terrence Thanos. GM goes, you figured out his name. How did you do it? Terrence. I knew it. That face always looked like a Terrence.
Okay, is everyone else done with the thing, or KaijuX you still going?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think this is the point where like Bacon and I can ultimately sort of bounce back and forth. Yeah, ultimately like bounce back and forth between us, like just any sort of history detail. Because I feel like that's kind of like any sort of big criticisms I have were like kind of what I said already. And then, it's like I don't disagree with the criticisms given. I think that like is understandable. But yeah, no. Bacon, carry on.
Hold up. You know what? Fuck it. So, I will say, criticism much needed. I do that for every match. Criticism is always needed. Understandable for all of it. I do want to clarify. I somehow wrote matches 301, 317, and 370 with the first draft and the second draft and the span of a year.
Wow.
In junior year of high school. So yeah, there is that. And
me and Bacon writing extremely long matches in our junior year of high school.
let's go. This was gonna be the end of Gigan month, but we just didn't want to rush the rewrite, and for the better, we finished later. It came up later, and I'm overall glad for that instead of rushing the product. So there is that. As far as plot, you don't worry. I planned this. As GBR, I planned this out through fucking 3 billion IQ lines. Everything will come back full circle. Don't worry about that. I understand the complaint of, there's a little much, which you're not wrong. Yeah, just know that everything will come back. Everything is there for a purpose. I guess I could go into like some trivia. I'll go with the flashback that Kong had. That was actually going to be in a match I planned for Kong Legendary versus King Kong Legendary. Jesus Christ, versus King Ghidorah Legendary after GBK, but I lost interest, so I took what I wrote and put it in this match. So that backstory was just put in there for the sake of, why not?
No, I can relate to that. I can relate to that.
Let's see. Daigoro was originally the one killed by Monster X's meteor, as at the time he was retired. Then he got unretired, so we added him back in. And Udaku, like we said earlier, was going to be on the roster and then got axed. And he was in the second draft, and then I took all that out and had him get murdered by Monster X's meteor. But if he was fully implemented into the roster, it would have been Baragon Showa. As he's retired, I wouldn't feel bad about murdering a retired monster like that, as opposed to if it was Maguma, because Maguma is on the roster. So there's that. When I was picking monsters, I picked monsters that would have been in that time period, or at least understandably, like Godzilla Jr. is technically a year later or 2 years later, but fuck it. He's the one case of fuck it, because
well, he's just Manila.
Yeah,
but grown up.
But when it came to picking monsters, I considered Maguma, Kamakura Showa, Kumonga, and Baragon and Manda. But unlike, say, Ibara or Titanosaurus, they all died in their moves. They were all actually murdered, whereas Ibara and Titanosaurus were left more open-ended. And while there is a second generation of Baragon, Manda, and Kumonga somehow in Dam, I don't care. It's Dam.
You should care.
Why would I care about Astro Monster but bad?
Because.
Okay, great shot.
Yep.
Let's see. As far as okay, actually I could go over this before the Easter eggs. Shin Godzilla and Dagora were originally part of the Futranian monsters, at the opening when they're on Planet X, but Shin got switched out due to being retired, and I can't really do anything with him in the future, so that was taken out. And then Dagora was put in there literally only because Udaku got rejected, and KaijuX suggested Dagora because of Godzilla Island. There's a Dagora helping Exilians.
Yeah.
But I switched out of the theme for the next match, which is go up at a time. I don't know. That one's gonna take a while.
Yeah, that's gonna take a bit.
And then, as far as Easter eggs, I reference Magic the Gathering with Apex of Wishes and Hatmaster Liger for King Ghidorah and King Caesar's magic cards, their titles. And then I referenced Mortal Kombat with Deadly Alliance as that's a reference to a game of the same name, but they also say that as a cheeky reference in universe. So I think at the time of writing, I was just yeah, sure, why not? That I'm not Randy though from what match was that where he just references Scream for no reason? As far as rewriting, it was much needed. Very, very much needed on the action front, because as much as I had the idea, it was the wording of said ideas that were like, you can tell I wrote that in junior year of high school. So we switched all that up, and for the better. Gigan actually has character, and has kind of an arc where it's just him getting revenge on everyone that beat his ass. King Ghidorah is more menacing. Monster X is more so the same. The biggest change was murdering Daigoro by punting him into space.
And wasn't that inspired by me making a joke?
Yes, that was inspired by GVR making a joke that if Manila got added to the roster, he would have Monster X punt him into space.
Yeah.
So I did that to poor Daigoro, who got out of retirement just to die. It's to Monster X of all monsters.
Welcome back to the roster.
Home run! Let's see. I'm trying to think of. In the first couple drafts, it was more so like. I worded Kong's like knockout as like his heart stopped. He's dead, but later on I was gonna reveal that like there's a little bit of a life source, but in this it's more like he got thrown in the water. Okay, yeah, that's way better.
But Bacon, chimps will drown in water. In water, chimps will drown.
In water, chimps will drown. God damn it. You're right. Kong should have died right then and there.
Rewrite the match again.
Fucking bitch. Titanosaurus's death was inspired by a Shiva fatality from Combat 11, where she takes the skin off of someone's arms and then proceeds to like stomp on the death. But I just wanted the arm like skin ripping to show the muscle. Each death, I think, like in the rewrite, was like there was a couple in there that were in the original, like King Caesar's was the same. Titanosaurus is the same. Ibara's the same. But the rest were like so changed. All the other deaths were changed for the better, because there was just better like structure of wording and writing. Let's see. Feel like, wow, my brain cannot like think of the thought that I just had. Thank you, ADHD. I think the other thing was, oh yeah, I got the idea from King Caesar having Element X because like there's the diagram of like what's inside of him, and there's just blue crystals in the man. Like canonically there is like a blue crystal power source. So I just took that and made it Element X, because what the hell does it do? No one knows. It's Element X.
Yep, exactly. So
oh yeah, as far as out of character, the only one, like looking back, the only one I can really think of is Gordon. Just out of like, but at the same time, he's also just a prick. Gordon in canon is not a good character. I don't know what to say. I think that's it, because everything else is stuff for the next match, which will be up the standard eventually. I need to get back to that. I swear I didn't also write that in junior year of high school.
you already admitted you wrote that in junior year of high school.
Shut the fuck. Well, true. I forgot that I said that earlier.
Uh,
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh wait, actually, so someone commented, "I wonder where Godzilla." You'll find out. You'll find out later. I promise.
right.
You'll know.
Seeds for the future. I got you. As far as my side of the spectrum goes, like, I saw the match. I was like, okay, this needs to be like, yeah, rewriting was in progress, but it was like, okay, this definitely warranted a much more, like, a lot more. Like, I think a lot more could have been expanded on, and I felt like some of the parts. I think in particular, because this was originally planned to be Gigan month, I did kind of had my sights set on Gigan's portions, and ultimately I kind of put all my priorities into that. Like technically that, and then just by extension, it just took over for the later King Ghidorah versus Guardian group segment in the latter half. So those, I would say, those two general sections are more of me. I will say, like, I thought the Jaguar Gigan part, which was something Bacon wrote, thankfully, because I was oh boy, yeah, no, it was like it was already enough of an undertaking, so it was just like, okay, I'll just take this Gigan part, because I felt like to a degree, even if the story isn't like fully focused on him, I felt like both at the time for Gigan month and whatnot, I felt like, okay, let's make Gigan more of a highlight. And I felt like there was a better opportunity to give Gigan a much more emotionally compelling story to him that I felt like would have benefited at least something that would have like given more meat to the story overall. And Daigro's inclusion was technically per my suggestion as well. It was like, okay, he's unretired. Daigoro in some form or fashion was still tied to the story. And technically, Daigoro wasn't going to go beyond this match. So it's like, hey, Bacon, since we're rewriting this, why not just take care, let's add Daigoro, so that way he gets a match back. And, so that way his death will have more of an oomph when Godzilla Jr. recalls, my friends, Rodan and Daigoro. If, at least it veers, say what you want about, say what you may, but it at least feels like it does more with it to at least to better earn that moment near the end there. So, at the very least, there's especially compared to what was originally there, I felt like it was more earned by keeping him within the match and giving him opportunities to fight. Therefore, making even if it's just for casual viewer or what have you, I felt like it'll resonate better with him there and him being killed as opposed to he's just dead from the offset. So I think all that will all function favorably for the better. But yeah, no, as far as Gigan's parts go, all I was told was just rewrite it, touch it up some or whatever. But I felt like it's there needs to be more emotional impact, therefore there's more character building. Ultimately, that's kind of what I did. Elaborated on the character building, and kept it obviously for me I kept it fast paced, which that's me. So it's there were still parts of the original I followed, okay, Mechanic Kong joined the fight but is quickly disposed of. That's what I kept. It changed the execution to something different, but it was I still kept elements of the original, just greatly expanded upon it, just for in service of aid and emotional impact, which ultimately, at least for Gigan's portion, I'm hoping is readers leave as the big highlight for this match, is sort of Gigan and then his former allies and enemies, sort of as Bacon pointed out earlier, kind of coming back to kick their asses. So it's I think that was a good it was definitely something to expand on, and then hopefully I feel like that's something that'll pay off or could be expanded upon in the future. There were some parts I wanted to do more of, but because of the greater storyline, I had to remove them. It was mostly Gigan sustaining more battle damage. But yeah, so it's beyond that though, it's I hope I accomplished the core of what I wanted or well, hopefully the core of what I did, which was give Gigan more of an arc, or something of an arc to himself, you know, comes across clearly, and then we and you know, just kind of going from there. So. Maguba says, well, now we could say that Daigo's finally back. Hopefully Goliath isn't too far behind. Maybe Daigo will find him in space somehow. Yeah, no, I mean Goliath will come when he comes, but yeah, no, hopefully that'll be sooner than later. That's a giant hope. So, and so far, it's like, for the most part, it's like, yeah, no, there rightfully are criticisms, but this one is seemingly on the better received end, judging from like the initial wave of comments and even like the Facebook comments as well. It's like, yeah, it seems to be well regarded. So it's like, even if there are legitimate criticisms to be had, I think it still plays favorably. So we're good. Ooh. Oh, Bacon's gonna say he's right back. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't think that, like, Bacon kind of went over all the history stuff, and I just sort of elaborated. Already gave my criticisms and gave my like the input I was involved with and what I expanded on. So yeah, no. Other than that, though, I don't think there's too much else to really go over with this one. So GPR, do you think it'd be best we move on to the next one?
Yeah, my phone's low on battery, so yes, please.
Oh gosh, all right. We'll make this lightning quick. Match 371, Mechagodzilla Showa versus Anguirus Showa, written by Harley Jameson and banner by Dao Zhanghua. Yeah, no, this one's a fairly straightforward and simple match. Like, I can't really elaborate too much on, like, well, this is a very simple match that Harley, the only thing I can give is just a little bit of extra context. That, like, this was a match Harley had submitted a long time ago. Grayshot had planned to post it, but then Harley was like, wait, let me rewrite this. And then it was like, okay, sure. And then basically it was just like, you know, she rewrote it, and now it's here. So now in a much better fashion. She personally didn't have like too much of a like positive reception about it at first, but and again, not every match you write needs to be this big experimental thing that's better than the last. I think that puts too much self-expectation on yourself. It's like, it's good to be traditional. It's good to be straightforward. Hell, I don't even think it's bad to be predictable. Like, simple, straightforward, to the point. I think, like, that's always somewhat been the thing around here. And I think people really enjoy that for it. Not to say that you shouldn't do experimental things. I love the experimental stuff. But at the end of the day, people are here for a fight, and a fight they shall get, and a fight that shall be delivered. So on that front, even if this match like doesn't have like as, it is sort of a nice little, just a nice fun little match from Harley, and yeah, no, I think it's perfectly fine. Like, I don't see too much that's really wrong with it. And yeah, it succeeds in the technical fronts, and it succeeds in just being just a fun, simple match for Anguirus to revel in. So, GBR, what are your thoughts?
I thought this was a pretty fun match. I enjoyed the action to it. I enjoyed the facet of it being a rematch between Anguirus and Mechagodzilla. Don't have a lot to say because it's a rather simple match, but yeah, I enjoyed the general atmosphere of this one and the way the fighting went. Banner looks pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Always cool having a black and white banner.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, can't really say too much. Good stuff.
Bacon, what do you think of the match?
I didn't read it.
Oh, okay.
I was busy with work and writing. Banner looked cool though.
Maguba says, match good. Neat rematch and stuff, but I can't really say a lot about it beyond being neat Monster Brawl. Oh, fair enough. And GMK Goji says, good match, nice action, and good banner. Very simple, which I liked. And Nathaniel says, not much to say about this one. Just your standard kaiju fight. good to see Angear's get his revenge for his jaw. Tyler says, simpler match. Enjoyed the raids again and G versus MG references. Happy Angear's got the win. So, Angear says a good boy, he deserves to win, but he's also tenacious, so his losses should generally be earned.
Bro.
Birdman says, had potential, falls short at the end, which is, yeah, no, it's just sort of like, here's the match, and then it ends. But yeah. Oh yeah, Nagoda, you're here and back.
You forgot. You skipped over me. I was waiting.
Oh, you were muted. You were self-muted. Last I saw you. All right, go ahead. Well,
so like Bacon, I didn't read this because I've been busy all month, like graduation month, presentations, those type of things. As for the banner, it took I think it took like a couple tries before like I got it right looking, because originally it just had the Godzilla figure there without the whole metal reveal, and then I had to add in that little metal chunk there because like apparently we needed a tell that it's a fake Godzilla and not Godzilla. So, and then the black and white thing was just added in just so like it appeals to the whole raids again aspect.
mm-hmm. All right. But yeah. Yeah, I don't the true like nothing too super. Oh no, Amogus. But yeah, no, nothing too crazy on the KWC front this time. There would be one tomorrow, but I mean, sure, Friday would have been doable, but that would have been too fresh for KWC to come out and talk about at the same time. That would have been a little much. So that'll be safe for next month.
There you go. There's the banner in color if you want to show that too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me pull this up for the ladies and gentlemen. Yay on here. Yeah, hang on a second. It looks pretty good in color too. I will admit that. But like black and white just has that nice, yes, the yes aesthetic. Yeah. Why do I talk weird?
Alex when he sees a girl.
Here's the one in color for you guys to look at. So it's actually kind of cool looking, like seeing the brown Gyakushu Goji. Yeah, no, that looks really cool. Shoot, it's always like both would have been a win in my opinion. Like colored or black and white, I think they both look great.
Go back, make it a gift banner.
Yeah.
Just have it fade to black.
But yeah. Yeah, no, this is a really nice looking banner, like just again on both fronts, so. 1, 2. And yeah, like, did anyone else have any additional? I guess it's hard to say. This one's pretty straightforward and kind of speaks for itself in a straightforward manner. It's like, oh, here it is. Yeah. There it is. So, yeah, I think with that said, we'll migrate on over to the KWCE. So I'll let GBR take charge as far as presenting goes, and then we'll kind of go from there. And at least one of these I actually read, so holy crap.
Yep. And KaijuX, I will trust you to read the chat from the YouTube side of things.
Absolutely.
All right, yes, KWCE. This month we have begun anime, our event month focusing on anime combatants.
Hooray!
The first match of this month is KWCE 83, which is Mechagodzilla Legendary versus Reiwa Amanda versus Legendary King Ghidorah by GMK Goji. With a banner also made by GMK Goji. I'll go ahead and start on this one. First off, KaijuX, are the people on the YouTube seeing the banner?
Yes, they are. I already have the banner up, so.
Okay. In that case, I will go ahead and talk about the match. I enjoyed this one. I think it's a solid match from a new writer. It does have issues of rushing through things too quickly and being a bit repetitive when it comes to like wording and combatant and action. But I mean, you know. Oh, hey, we have someone else here. Godzilla fan 8889. Oh, okay,
Oh,
muted.
Hello.
Oh, senor.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed this match. Like, it has issues, but like that's to be expected with a new writer.
Mhm.
Nothing to hold against him.
Yep.
You learn these things and you fix them with time and practice.
Yes, absolutely. And what criticism and like it was like hearing back from feedback and whatnot.
Yes. And yeah, like I said, overall, I enjoyed this match. Sets up an interesting story. And I look forward to seeing where it goes from here.
Uh,
The action was solid as well. And the banner is really cool.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
And overall, good start to anime and a good start for GMK Goji as a writer.
Hooray! But yeah, no, I think.
And before you say that, Godzilla fan 8889 typed out in Discord. All right, so for GMK's match, pretty unique crossover with good world building, like people say, pretty enjoyable despite its flaws. All right, go ahead, KaijuX.
All right, yeah, I know. I think what I said, like the characters. I think this is from like that one anime where all the battleships are girls, right?
Yes, Azure Lane.
Okay, Azure Lane. All right, yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that, but at the same time, like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I think, for the most part, I think it does a decent enough job, sort of like getting you like quickly acquainted with the characters. I think much like Bacon's writing, though, does kind of like go a little quickly. Like there's some things that happen very, very quickly, but like the action is still pretty on point, maybe a little repetitive at times, but it's like I think this is still like decently well handled, and for such an unusual location and unusual set of circumstances, it's like it was all around a really fun fight. I like the way these things kind of like build and are implemented together. So I'm all for it, and I love the banner. Like the banner has a really nice stylized quality to it. Well, I do feel like the SP Mandas are on the weaker end of the spectrum here. King Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla look fantastic. But it's like I'm not gonna fault too much for that because SP like readily available models for SP Manda are somewhat limited. So that's something that's like, okay, I get it. It still is a nice dynamic shot. Like even the way they're posed, I think still works the banner's benefit. So, yeah, no, all around really well handled, my dude. But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, everything, just maybe a little too fast paced a little too like rushed for its own good for things happening. But I think the character, I'd say the character banter is kind of enjoyable. It sort of has that like distinctly kind of anime quality to it that I think it can, like, even though I've never seen the show, I think it captures the spirit of the show. At least speaking as a person who has not seen the show. So, but yeah, no, I'd still say a very solid start, and then hopefully it's like, with time you kind of get better. So, I'm gonna read from chat real quick.
All right.
Maguma was thinking like, speak. Nathaniel says, all right, first from anime. Not a bad match, but it feels kind of rushed, but it could just be me. I have no idea what universe it takes place in, and I feel as though the Manda got the short end of the stick. Maguma says, okay, but really, this match was fine, Lamau. Its pacing's a little fast, and I'll admit I couldn't get into the human side of things. But that's because I'm a normie and the only anime I watch is Dragon Ball Z. GMK Goji says, "Oh, this match was made for anime. It's my first KBCE match I submitted. Yeah, I rushed a few things, definitely. I tried to explain it via in-universe, but I hope this match wasn't that bad. It's not. Tried your best with it. No, it's still a very solid match. Like, you
did a good job.
Yeah, you did a good job, man. You did a good job, so... Aguba says, don't feel bad, too bad, GMK. My first KBCE match was also very much imperfect, which is very much true. We don't start writing perfect ground. You think I started...
Go back and read KaijuX's early matches. You guys are doing fine.
Yeah! No, oh my gosh, if you ever need a morale booster, look at match 155. That was the first match I wrote and was submitted to the KWC. I'm like, how?
You guys don't understand how many revisions Gamma versus everyone had to go through.
And that too, yeah. Another junior high match. So no, you guys are good. You guys are good. So yeah, no. Writing just comes with its caveats, but there should always
practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect, but I also kind of like my feels, there a certain reward element to it too. That's like, oh, my stuff got onto the site. If you go back to it 5 years later, I'm like, oh, that was crap. But for you, it's like, practice makes perfect, and you just kind of get better from there. Especially if you're like, when it comes to criticism, don't like take it like, how should I put this? Don't take it personally, but also take what they see. Like, you don't have to do this with everyone. If they're just being blatant assholes about it, don't listen to them. But at the same time,
listen to constructive criticism.
Yes. Yeah, if it's constructive criticism, be open to it. And be like, okay, maybe I should keep an eye out for these things. And
if someone comments on your match just going, oh, this sucked, bad, Monster X should have lost.
Right. Don't listen to them.
Ultraman would have one-shot Attack Titan and Mecha King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't listen to those people.
Don't listen to those clowns. They're clowns. No, you're good, man. You're good. No, I'd say this is a very solid start. So, yeah. Cool. Let's see. Who's next available to talk? I guess that would be
Nagoda.
Oh, Nagoda.
Have you read this one?
Nagoda.
What is it?
Match 83.
Did you read the KWCE?
If you were expecting me to read those, and I haven't even read the actual KWC.
Well, it's short. I was hoping you would read a short match.
Mecha Godzilla vs. Anguirus is also short, but I haven't read that one either.
Okay, fair enough. Also, these matches aren't that short. This one's like 4,000, 5,000 words.
Like 5,000 words.
Anguirus vs. Copperhead's like 8,000.
Yeah. It's the other one's short for a strip matter match.
Yeah, no. Okay, Bacon, did you read this one? And while Bacon gives his thoughts, Birdman, you can type out your thoughts if you have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It was alright. Not a bad start for a first rider. Like you guys said. The banner looks sick as fuck. The visual at the end, King Ghidorah coming out of Mecha was pretty epic. I look forward to where this goes. Good start for you, GMK. And yeah, like they said, like, we all start from somewhere. My first match I ever wrote was 301, dude. Like, we all start from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Birdman did not read the match.
Okay, he did not.
British moment.
Or the one afterwards.
Okay.
So, yeah. Alright. With that, unless KaijuX has anything else to read off the YouTube chat.
Let me look. No, GMK Koji just says thank you. I think that's probably just between Maguma and what the rest of us have been saying. It's like, yeah, no, we start off somewhere, and cultivating your writing is important. And that requires, both kind of an open mind and the ability to kind of take certain hits. So it's like, all right. So yeah, no, well, I think with that said, I think we said our piece for match 83 in the KWCE. Now we'll go on to the kind of the final real KWC related thing, or KWCE related thing. Match 80. Oh, there it is.
Match 84, Anguirus Millennium versus Copperhead. And Millennium Anguirus in this case means 2004, not 2001, like the mistake was initially made.
Oh, gosh. I missed that mistake, but...
Oh, yeah, Harley did do an oopsie.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, this is the 2004 Anguirus. Fatso.
Right. Unfortunately, I just want to say real quick, I didn't get a chance to read this one. I wanted to read this one because it was like, ooh, Anguirus Pacific Rim. Oh, that sounds awesome. But yeah.
This sounds awesome. Time to not read it.
Great shot moment.
All right, I will begin. This match is pretty dang good. I enjoy the way it integrates Anguirus into the world of Pacific Rim, the Black. And the action is really good, as is the character stuff. Again, I don't have like very complex thoughts on this one because it's just like it's all around a very solid match, like solid in all regards. Good tooth and claw action going on here, which is to be expected when you have Anguirus fighting a Pacific Rim kaiju. Especially one as vicious as Copperhead.
Oh, yeah. And Copperhead is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, more matches with Pacific Rim kaiju is also always good. We don't have enough of those for some reason.
I think Pacific Rim matches in general get more attention in the KWC, relatively speaking, but it's also like somehow not enough. I don't know how.
Yeah, well, yeah, like you'd expect there to be a whole bunch of matches with like Jaegers and kaiju. And yeah, I did some editing, nothing like major, just like there was a part where it identified Anguirus as being a category 6. And I changed that because that's not how Pacific Rim's category system works.
Right.
I should have done that with Godzilla 1954 versus all the different Pacific Rim kaiju and Jaegers.
I was about to say.
Yeah, no.
Which is a fair omission, because it's like, yeah, no, I think it should be kept within the logic and the spectrum of the Pacific Rim world. And so far, I don't think Pacific Rim has like touched upon anything beyond 5. At least, unless
spoilers for.
Oh, is it for season 2?
Rim. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll keep my mouth shut then.
But no, like even then, Anguirus should still be like category 4 because it's based off size.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And Slattern and Raijin are huge.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, all that aside, good stuff.
All right, sweet.
Solid entry in anime.
Hey, yeah.
I know KaijuX did not read it. Godzilla fan 8889, type out your thoughts if you got any. I know Nagoda did not read this match.
Birdman did not read this match, so that just leaves Bacon and then the comments.
Yes. I started to. I got a good portion of the way through. Like, I actually read a big chunk of it last night, but then I had to go to bed for what I was going to go to work, and then I ended up not going.
Bruh. All right.
Well, KaijuX, start reading that YouTube chat.
I was about to say, Bacon, you weren't going to give any more elaborate, any sort of thoughts on what you did.
No, sorry. Something came up right as I started talking.
Okay.
Dang.
Lost train of thought mid-sentence. The match is what I did read. I got to they were fighting where I got to it, but Anguirus Millennium being used is epic. He is a chonkers, and I love him. I don't care if he is Anguirus that ate McDonald's. All Anguiruses are good boys.
Says
Redditors when their picture of their morbidly obese cat doesn't get 10,000 upvotes on heckin' chonkers.
every KWC reader ever.
The action was solid from what I read. The characters were in character. I was enjoying it quite a bit. I'll finish it at some point. But yeah, very solid. But then again, the writer's also pretty good at writing. So, and look forward to what remains in anime.
Yes, we got 2 more matches of anime left to go, and I assure you all they shall be very good, very intriguing.
Woo! Yeah! But yeah, no,
And I assure you we have anime reps that aren't just Godzilla or Pacific Rim anime.
okay, sweet. 889 posted.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I was about to get to that. I was waiting for you guys to finish talking.
Gotcha.
So I'm not like some people in this chat who just talk over each other.
Bitch.
Yeah, he says, I'd say this was a pretty well written match with some beautifully written action, and it also does the human characters of PR the black justice, in my opinion, and I'm friggin' hyped for the rest of anime, too.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to be reading the comments real quick. Only 2 at the moment. Maguma says, I think this match is pretty darn cool. Great tooth and claw battle, which for an Anguirus match is always good. Still haven't actually seen the black yet, so I might have spoiled myself a little bit. So
I would recommend it.
yes, yeah, no, I've only seen season 1. I haven't seen season 2 yet. But you know, it's pretty solid. And then Nathaniel Metzger says, I had a real blast reading this story. Loved every part about it. The kill was nice. The battle was fun to mentally picture. Plus, boy is in this. That Kaiju Kiddo is always a win in my book. So
True.
So yeah, no, that's So yeah, no, that's yeah, no, really nice, really nice. And yeah, no, I think that roughly, unless if anyone else has any other thoughts, I think that kind of like low key kind of wraps it up for the like at least for the big portion of it. So
Did we have anything else for after?
I mean, Shin Ultra, like I know we talked about it at the beginning, but Shin Ultraman came out.
Yeah.
We can't see it yet, though.
I know it's only in
'Cause none of us-
Japan.
Because none of us are willing to go to shady websites and look at cam rips.
That too.
I mean, I am, but
I mean, with the computer you have, I think you'd be more than willing to.
yeah, my computer, I'm on it for 30 minutes, and it's as hot as the atom bomb.
I can just plug a keyboard to an air fryer.
It seems you don't own it, or fair. Without going into the spoilers that we induced ourselves to,
Yeah.
the Ranga look pretty dope.
Yep.
That's us and staff all exposed ourselves instantly to spoilers as soon as they came up. Like,
Yes.
we were just like, we need to look at this now.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Birdman has a suggest K2C battle.
Oh, yeah. Why not? I think it'd be good. I think so. As long as the K2C battle doesn't run too quickly, that should be a decent little highlight.
Yeah, I just do one because, like I said, phone
Yeah.
getting low.
Yeah, gotcha.
I have to go soon.
Yeah, no. I think Maguma has also somehow joined staff on that front, saying, as someone who knows what happens, I'm keeping my mouth shut, but NGL, don't think we're going to be able to as much kaiju as we were hoping. I mean, say what you want.
I mean,
but
we're still
We shall
getting...
see. We shall
yeah,
discuss.
all things will come in time, my boy. All things shall come in time. But,
I've heard talk that Shin Ultraman will get a North American release.
ooh.
No date.
Oh, no date? Okay, well, let us know when the dates hit so that way we can get hyped. Woo!
I mean, well, it made the most the entire franchise has made in 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's making money. It's making bank.
Oh, yeah, no, that's unquestionable. Oh, it's insane.
First movie to sell one ultra million tickets.
They're not prepared for an Ultraman sweep.
I still love that image of like Shin Ultraman at the top of the Wikipedia highest gross.
Yes.
Oh, good grief.
My favorite part of Shin Ultraman is when he said, "It's time to morb."
All right. KBC battle. So let's get that number generator up. And then what was it? 1 to 371.
Yes.
So the first one is 265. All right, KWC battle is a thing that we do where we put KWCs next to each other and they compete. There are three primary factors: how it's written, the banner, and then a weird FM style competition where the respective matches are teamed up against each other. So the first match in our lineup is match 265. Mothra Heisei versus Batra versus Gauss versus Rodan Heisei. Let me pull that up for the ladies and
This one is Heisei Kaiju, so it wins.
Of course you'd say that.
I can't wait for match 370 to be the last one.
That'd be, oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. All right, next one. Go, go, go to 215. Oh no. Oh wait, 215. Oh
Dagor versus
no.
Colossal Titan.
Oh no. Oh, this ought to be good. Or not. I don't know. And then the next one is 152. Which one? Oh, Guy River. Uh-oh. We all know who's losing this one. Okay, so let me get them up for the screen for everyone to watch. 215. And then 152. All right, there we go. So yeah, no, these are lineup, and we shall judge them by quality of match, quality of banner, and who wins the most. I have a weird feeling this one. We'll see. So first, banner quality. That is the first. Let's go. Yeah, no, who's got best banner with this one? We'll start at the top with How do we do this exactly? I guess let's see. Do we include like staff or not staff? Chat.
We can include everyone that's been.
Yeah, let's include everyone. Why not? Let's make it exciting. So all right.
Birdman guide.
Yeah, no, we can include everyone that's in this voice call, and we can, include the guys in the old in the YouTube chat as well.
All right.
I'll go ahead and start since I'm the first person who can talk.
Yes. And then
for the best. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Godzilla fan. Let's include.
Yeah. Okay, for the best banner.
All right.
I will go ahead and say that Dagora versus Colossal Titan is my vote for this one.
Hey.
Wait, are we doing banner?
Banner first, yeah. Banner match, then all out.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with GBR.
Well,
it do be a cool banner.
You're last in the voice chat. You're supposed to go last.
But did I ask?
Yeah, no. The other two banners are good, but I just love the action going on with Dagor versus Colossal Titan. Mm-hmm. I love the steam rising up, the way Dagor is being split apart, and of course the dab.
Yes, indeed.
Endgame moment.
Oh my goodness. Right. Yeah. No, so far that is 2. One from GBR, one from Bacon, and I'm gonna add a third one with Maguma's vote, who says, "Yay, KaijuX could talk about the Shamu's creation of match 215. Actually, it'll be a nice match, and I personally think it wins the banner contest. So thank you." Oh my gosh. So yeah, no. So that's 3 in the banner front for 215, and I feel like it's somewhat of a because I think usually I'm a really big fan of a lot of Landon Soto stuff, and Landon does get bonus props for Gauss rocking the guitar. That is pretty cool, but I feel like a lot of the other stuff is a little is a lot simpler this time around. I don't again, Gauss rocking the guitar, the Hard Rock Cafe guitar. That's awesome. What a great visual detail. But it's when stacked that against the rest of it, it unfortunately never quite held up. Maybe if there was more carnage, I'd probably give it more points, but it's got one really good thing, but the rest of it's just kind of average. 152 is a decent banner. I do like the underwater lighting and whatnot. On the other hand, like Banda and Guy, like I don't know. There's just something about that. Again, it is sort of the simplicity serving as a detriment in this case. Or it's just like it's simple, it's straightforward. It's got a nice little atmosphere to it. It's all right. Just yeah, it's just kind of an all right banner for the most part. So it's like you do get the sense that they're both underwater. It's just I don't know, just maybe a little more could have been added. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I really did enjoy making the banner for this one, and I really enjoyed sort of like a lot of the dynamic action, like the extra blur giving the falling effect, or even just sort of like the gore being split apart, dabbing colossal titan, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, no, that was a really fun. Okay, yeah. So that's 4 for 215, and I'm seeing 1 for match 265. I vote the Flying Kaiju Battle Royale purely for Gauss shredding it on the guitar, which is entirely understandable, my dude. Like, that is a really cool thing that I don't think you'll quite find on other banners. So it's like, yeah, no, that's pretty awesome.
We must now give Ultraman the guitar.
One day. And then 5, because Godzilla fan 8889 says, I have to say, Dagora vs. Colossal Titan 2, it's a pretty good banner for two kaiju that don't have many options for images. I'd skip out for voting for the writing as I don't have the most detailed recollection of these matches. That's fair enough. And Nagoto's going to have to hop off, so dang. So that's unfortunate. Oh, okay, best match. Okay, banner is Mothra because Gauss guitar. Okay. So I'll count for Dagora's votes, Nagota's votes, when the opportunity arises. So.
Nagota confirmed to the all planets.
Nagota is Dagora? Now it makes sense.
It does make sense why he said all the war jokes.
But yeah. So. But yeah. So yeah, no. So far, this seems to be a collective win for match 215. DDD best banner 215. So with a little extra nod to 265 in terms of banner. Now, best match. GBR, I suppose you can go. And 889, just type out your thoughts, or unless GBR can only type at this point because he's muted.
I think GBR might be eating. It do be epic meal time.
Fair enough. Okay,
since I'm the only one in voice chat.
Right.
Dagora versus Colossal Titan on the ground is the only one I remember. That one's the writing portion. Not the be dickish towards the other two matches. I genuinely only remember that one.
Oh, I get you. Oh man, it's a little tricky for me. For me personally, I can't vote for 215. The writing of it's way too distracting for me. Oh my gosh, there's so much there that I cringe both in terms of how it's written and just in general. Like there was so much cleaning up that needs to be done for that one that I'm like, I can't vote for that one. Even if the action itself is enjoyable, in which for the most, I'm content with how the action played out. I'm not content with sort of the grammatical errors that run amok for that one.
It gives you psychic damage.
Yeah, it really does. So I can't really give it to 152 because Patrick Allegreed isn't I would say one. I don't like. He's not the best of the right. He's got some neat imagery. I vaguely recall some kind of imagery in that one, but I think we'll go with the 265. I don't have the best recollection of all of these either, but at the same time, this one was just a nice, simple brawl, and I'm looking for that. I think this one's probably the most all right of the bunch. So I'm gonna vote for 265 personally. Bacon voted for 215. And then I am going to see. Let's see. Gray shot's a little late with the banner vote, but he's going with 215. Best match. Okay, he can't really remember much else when it comes to the actual matches, but rip. So GVR says, I'm going to go ahead and say Colossal Titan vs. Dagora is the best match. It's the most unique and story-driven. The other two are very basic fare, while Colossal Titan vs. Dagora is a unique and enticing match despite its flaws. Yeah, no. And then Maguma says, can't really pick. All three matches fall into the realm of okay for me. I can't help but feel like 215 in general is kind of a mess, not just in writing, but open-ended questions. Which, I'll be fair and say, this was meant to be a setup to a larger story I had in mind, but never followed through on. So again, it's sort of planning is important too. Although I will say, as the writer for the upcoming sequel, 215 is pretty fun to try and expand upon the mysteries. Which, yes, no, by all means, that's kind of what I'm encouraging. So it's like, I didn't really have too much of a plan. I just had Colossal Titan Boom Boom Dagora, and that was roughly it. That was kind of roughly all I had in mind. It was just one idea that I wanted to get onto a match to say, hey, this is a really cool visual. But I didn't have too much else to substantiate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, KaijuX, you're a keynote writer. You need to want to admit it. I'm sorry.
You're talking about like, oh, you hate this. I hate this match. It's so bad. Meanwhile, we're all like, yeah, this is great though.
Oh my
Stephen
god.
King moment.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yeah, no, I know you have your problems with this match, and there are definitely problems with it, but like,
Right.
it's just too unique and intriguing for me to rate it above the other two.
Okay,
For me to rate it below the other two.
I get you, man. I get you. Oh man. Maybe it's just because I don't have an ego, but at the same time, I just can't. It does. I look back. I read the first thing. Oh, psychic damage. Just immediately.
Okay, look, there's a Bible verse in here, which means it's an epic Zack Snyder.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Which means this is better than the MCU.
I will choke you with your own intestine.
Please, Bacon, help.
No, I'll help you by putting a Glock to both of your knees.
Wait, how do you do
What was it like directing Batman v Superman? Dawn of Justice.
Justice League.
Oh my god. I guess 215 would no. I think it's a tie because it's like GVR Bacon chose 215. Yeah, I know. There seems to be okay. Best match is Colossal. Okay, Nagoda. Nagoda chose that's 3, I think.
Yeah.
And let's see, I'm looking at the comments right now. Banner wise, like see, 215 in terms of banner, but for Tyler, he can't remember really any of them. Maguma didn't really pick, those all just kind of okay. And then yeah, no, I chose 265, and then Nathaniel chose 265. Okay. Oh, rip. Okay, and then Bacon has his choice made. Okay. But yeah. Bless you.
Yeah.
So, let's see, yeah, Battle Royale. So, alright. So I think for the most part, like Dagora, I'm gonna give the win to Dagora versus Colossal Titan just by virtue of having more. Like I said, 1 extra vote thanks to Nagoda's ahead of time, so thank goodness for that. Because otherwise it would have been a draw. So 215 once again gets the win for best match, at least relative to the 3. And now for the finale to let it be the end all be all, which is all these matches are now put into individual teams and they must combat against each other. Who shall stand out among the
Yeah,
lot?
and Nagoda voted for the 4 Flyers, and Bacon voted for Colossal Titan and Dagora.
Right. So there's one for match 265, one for 215.
Apologies, I have a very dusty room.
I could tell. I think I see. Is there anyone else in here? Okay, no, I don't think so. So as far as, let's see. This is an interesting one because I think a lot like Gyra and Amanda. I feel like don't stand a heckin' chance. Literally.
Yeah, do you want to hear my thoughts?
Yes. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I think that Mothra, Batra, Rodan, and Gauss win very decisively.
Mhm.
And the reason I believe that is because, well, you see, it's because as Heisei monsters, they scale to planet level. No, no, it's because Gyra, Manda, and Colossal Titan literally cannot hit them.
Yeah.
And Dagora is too slow to avoid getting beamed apart by 4 separate beam spammers.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's actually kind of what I'm thinking here. That like I feel like 265 has the best advantage because it's like you got decently powerful beam rockers here, including Gauss, who I'd say has the most potent being a cutter. And even that aside, though, they're all able to fly, so literally they're able to cover like all of their bases.
Yes.
So it's like I feel like I think this is actually going to be a sweep for 265 for the most part, with the exception of Bacon, because like it or not though, it's like Colossal Titan, like for one, isn't the like Tyler series Kubals. This is meant to be more movie accurate, so he's going to get clowned on pretty hard. Like,
well, even if it was Tyler's series, like it's still flying. He doesn't have a counter to flying monsters.
Right. There's no hard counter to flying monsters for Colossal. Even just Colossal Titan in general just can't counter flying monsters, and even then,
Titans in general just can't counter flying monsters unless they throw a big rock.
Right, or unless they are given a significant, like some kind of like elevation advantage, like how this match went about, where it's like he jumps out of a jet, goes onto Colossal Titan, pretty much disintegrates.
That's very important. Does Kubal start in a jet before the fight starts?
Exactly. That's kind of the big factor to all of this.
I mean, he would only be able to get one, and even then, like the other 3 could just.
The other 3 would just make mincemeat of him. No pun intended. Yeah. Right. Or like, but the point is, it's like, under normal circumstances, the Colossal Titan isn't going to get major aerial advantage. Therefore, he's going to get completely wrecked. Like, it was like he could only get teamed up with Dagor to handle the flyers. But again, they are fast flyers. They are able to outmaneuver Dagor's much slower, the slogginess. And then,
remember, all 4 of these flyers have beams that are able to hurt Godzilla and Gamera.
Yes. Exactly. So I think the point is like I think 265 sweeps this pretty handily, just because it's like they are literally everything the other 4 have, like from the other 2 sets. Again, you got 4 really good flyers that are all able to that have beam weapons that can hurt. I think everyone's getting clapped by the flyers. So.
Yeah, Godzilla fan 8889 agrees. He says, "All right, so Gyra and Manda are screwed so badly. I think the flying squad could easily outmaneuver and blast everyone to pieces, and they could probably disintegrate Dagora down to the last atom before he can win."
Yep, pretty much. Tyler agrees that it's like, pretty much. Gyra and Manda are dead. CT and Dagora are powerful, but beam transfer will reduce them to ash. That's for the most part the general consensus.
Titans don't like cutting things. Guess what Gauss has?
Right, exactly. And plus, Gauss is a man-eater, so there's a strong chance that even if Kubal were to escape the Titan's nape, that Gauss is chasing his ass.
Yeah.
There's so much that operates more in favor of the 265 group in this particular instance. So, just a fun little
Dagora is deadly, but like he's not gonna like it if he gets surrounded in Mothra's wing scales and then blasted by a bunch of beams.
Exactly. So I think this is aside from Bacon's one vote to 215, I think 265. Sure, 215 wins overall because of the other 2 rounds, but 265, I think, at least for this section, single-handedly kind of dominates this.
Yeah, I mean, the last one is not dependent on any sort of quality.
Oh, right. It's usually
Like
a tiebreaker.
I could write Heisei Godzilla versus Monster X versus Monster vs. Godzilla versus Bagan, and that would be awful, but it'd still win this portion.
Oh yes, for sure. Because quality need not matter. It's just, is the monster capable? So, woo! Yeah, no, this was fun. This was actually kind of, like, sure, I lost my mind in half of this because I'm scattered brain, but still, it was like trying to account for everyone's votes. Literally holding up my fingers was like, okay, what happens if a third one appears? I raised my toe. But yeah, no, this was a super fun little KWC battle. It was nice to do this.
Yeah. I think it's about that time to wrap up the podcast, given how.
Yep. Given how there's not like a whole lot to it, and we covered all our bases, so we are in an alright spot. Expect a KWC tomorrow for you, ladies and gentlemen, listening to this. Woo!
And expect KWC E the day after.
Hooray! Boom! Boom! As far as the announcements goes, there's nothing we can cover immediately yet. But I think there is going to be...
There's stuff coming up, I'll say that much.
Yes, there's stuff coming up, and we'll make sure to cover all, like, as much of it as we can within the next month. Or, like, for next month's, like, podcast. So. Yeah, no, that was fun. Woo! But yeah, anyway. This has been it for this month's KWCC, and we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
All right. See ya.